Don't cry to me if you loved me.
Hey, what's up you guys, it's Rich from Youngblood Reviews here, and I'm actually here to do an update book haul. I have not done one in a few months, I realize this. Explanation, I've had a lot of school, and it's just been really hectic, and I also started a sport, so that's also on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I have something to do almost every day. But since it is fall break, and it is a Sunday, I'm probably going to start making videos again. I have a lot of books I've been getting over the weeks, and I'm going to show you a couple right here. I'm going to start with the books I actually got for review, which is not a lot, if I can get to them. I hope I didn't forget one. Oh, no. Actually, the phone is sitting on one. There we go. Now, fixed. I'm a little hectic today. I'm going to start with the review books, and the first one is Splintered by A.G. Howard. I'm just going to read a little bit of the back, if you can see that. I'm just going to read a little bit of the back for you, and I'll let you know what it's about. Alyssa Gardner hears the thoughts of plants and animals. She hides her delusions for now, but she knows her fate. She will end up like her mother, in an institution. Madness has run in her family ever since Alice Little told Lewis Carroll her strange dreams. But perhaps she's not mad, and perhaps Carol's stories aren't as whimsical as they seem. So, Amulet, which is an imprint of Abrams, sent me this copy, and it sounds really good, and it'll come out on January 1st of 2013. It is kind of like a continuation of Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass. I started it, and I was kind of not ready for it, but it was really good what I read, so I do plan on picking it up before 2013. So I'm very excited to actually read that again. The next one is a finished copy of Echo by Alison Noel. Echo is the second book in the Soul Seekers series, and the first one is Faded by Alison Noel. Haven't read Faded yet. I do plan on it to read this by the time it comes out. It should come out in November, so I'm very excited to read this one, and I love the cover. The cover is just awesome. The next one is Grace Grows by Shel Sumners. I think this is actually an adult novel. If someone knows, please leave in the comments down below. But this one actually is about a girl who falls in love with... She's already married, and she falls in love with a man who speaks his feelings for her through music, which sounded pretty good to me. So I said yes, and I have to read it by the 30th, and my review should be up by then. The next one is Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Well, these are not the review books. I'm starting the non-review books. Those three were just the review books. Well, this is the first one. Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is about, apparently, aliens come to the Earth, and one of them falls in love with a girl. And some crazy stuff goes on. Jennifer L. Armentrout is actually a very renowned author. I plan on reading this pretty darn soon. So, I don't know how soon that's going to be. The next one I've been very excited for. I've always loved this woman's work, and this one was not an exception. I loved it. It is Alice in Zombieland by Gina Showalter. I plan on doing a review for this one because it was a very awesome book. The zombie part, it kind of went off what I'm used to in zombies, but I still loved it. Gina is a really great writer. Definitely go pick this up if you haven't. I loved it. The next one is another zombie book, and it is Zombie by Darren Shan. And Darren Shan is the big author of the Cert de Freak novels, and he is also the author of the Demonata series. This is going to have, I think, 4 books. The next one comes out, I want to say January. I don't know whether that's true or not, but I'm very excited for this one. This one... It was okay. It's not my typical zombie book. It's more... If the blood and gore if it weren't as gory as I thought it was going to be, then it would have been definitely a... what's the word for a young reader? Like a kid reader. It skips my mind every time. But anyway, juvenile fiction, I'm going to say that. but it would definitely be for a younger character group if it just wasn't as gory. So, and the next two books I got were Demon and Half-Blood by Jennifer L. Harmon Trout. This is her first two novels. This is the prequel, and then this is the first book. And she has another one in this series coming out. I plan on reading those pretty soon because I've heard they are just amazing and that they deserve all the praise. The next one is Faded by Alison Noel. This is the first book in the Soul Seekers series. I've heard mixed reviews about this one. I've heard it's weird and that it's just not very good. I do want to read it. I don't want to be a basher when I've not even read it, so I am going to read it, and then I'm going to read Echo, because Echo looks really, really good. The next one is a mass market paperback edition for a movie, and it is Resident Evil Retribution by, well, it doesn't really have an author. Oh, well. If you haven't seen the movies is really good, and this is the novelization of the new movie that just came out. Really great movie. I went to see it opening day. Awesome. The next one is Velveting by Daniel Marks. Tried starting it. I don't think I was just ready for it. I don't really think I was. It's supposed to be a horror novel. So I guess I want to try it on Halloween and see if I get somewhere with it. So I'm very excited to actually read this book. I don't really want to shut anything down if I've only tried to read it once, so I'm going to try and read it again. The next book is 10 by Gretchen McNeil. Already read it, very suspenseful, and I loved every second of it. It's very scary, something I could definitely see someone reading on Halloween. This is a retelling of Agatha Christie's, I forgot what its name was, but it's really good, and I love the tagline. It says, 10 teens, 3 days, 1 killer. Go read it. The next one is Stealing Parker by Miranda Kennelly. This is the new book in her kind of sports love stories. What can I say about this one? I read this in a day because I loved what the story was about. I'm going to read you the back because the back's actually pretty small. Parker Shelton pretty much has the perfect life. She's on her way to becoming valedictorian at Hundreds Oaks High School. She's made the all-star softball team, and she has plenty of friends. Then her mother's scandal rocks their small town, and suddenly no one will talk to her. Now Parker wants a new life. So she quits softball, drops 20 pounds, and she figures why kiss one guy when she can kiss 3 or 4? Why limit herself to high school boys when the majorly cute new baseball coach seems especially flirty? But how far is too far before she loses herself completely? It was good until the ending. Just gonna leave it off there. You go read it and find out. The next one is an anthology from 3 authors, and I've only read one story in it, but the story was very amazing, and it is The Curiosities by Maggie Stiefvater, Tessa Gratton, and Brittany Yovanoff. So, Maggie Stiefvater wrote Shiver, Linger, and Forever, which are the Wolves of Mercy Falls. Tessa Gratton wrote the Blood Magic, I think that's what it's called, Blood Magic, and then The Blood Keeper. I'm pretty sure that's what the names are. I hope that's what they are. Brittany Yovanoff wrote The Replacement, The Space Between, and the upcoming new book called Paper Valentine. So, the first story in this book was actually really good. It's about a vampire, and I want to read you, like, this part right here. A vampire locked in a cage in the basement for good luck. Bad guys, clever girls, and the various reasons why the guys have to stop breathing. A world where fires never go out, with reference to vanilla ice cream. This book involves a lot of drawings and a lot of edits. This is non-edited work in here, and it's really good to see how far they went with the non-edited stuff. The reason they did a book like this was because they created a blog, or not a blog, it's like a website where they could place their stories, and the website is actually still up. Go and get it. It's really good, and it's huge. I did not think it would be this big, but I enjoyed the first story, and I hope the first story has a continuation, because it ended to where it could have a continuation. It just didn't tell you that there was. Anyway, that's all for me, or at least this week. Next week I'm going to be showing the rest of the stuff I've gotten over the past few weeks, so I'll see you guys next Sunday, definitely. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the week in books. I hope you had a great week books since the last time I saw you. And I'll see you guys next week. Happy reading!